We are. We are live. Hi, guys. Aquatic
Hello.
Conquest has got a new background music for the video, and I've got new lyrics for it. Thought you'd like to hear this.
Oh, this
Let's
is
see
going to
if
be
I
great.
can do it. I'm doing it live now, so we'll see. Can you hear the music?
We can. Yes.
I see neons green, red rosies too. Oh, wait a minute. We got too much going on.
Bring it up.
Oh, wait, that's me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
not a problem.
It was me. Sorry. Whoop.
What's it? It's probably me.
Okay.
Bring it up.
Oh, wait, that's me. I'm sorry. It was me. Sorry. Sorry. Whoop.
I think it's me.
Okay. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm sorry. It was me. Sorry. Oh, no. Sorry.
I think it's me.
What the heck? Oh, no. Sorry. What the heck?
Well, who is it? I've got everything turned off here. Well, who is it? I've got everything turned off here. Well, who is it? It was me. It was me. Hold on. We got to get this back. Lord love a duck. I do need a technician here. I really, really do. This is stupid. All right. We're going to get, let's just, who's that? Mary.
You need
Mary.
Thomas. Where's Thomas?
I know.
I think it was me. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't you. It was me.
Okay.
I knew it was. Okay, hold on now. We're gonna get there. We got it. Are we up? All right.
Oh, that was just perfect.
Wonderful.
You almost made a tear come to mine. You know that doesn't take much.
This is not what I want. This is what I want.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun to do.
that was great.
The fish. One place to go to if you have thick, your fish may itch or even flash. So Father Fish is your one-stop cap. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Raise the temperature with a helping hand. And add some garlic on top of that sand. The itch will go, your plants will grow, and all of your fish will have a happy home. Father Fish, so Father Fish, your one-stop wonder if you keep fish. Starring Sir Father Fish and all his followers on the Father Fish channel. Over to you, Sir Father Fish.
You know what a small vacuum is?
Pardon?
A small vacuum.
No idea.
Mommy and Mike passed that tier.
Yeah.
Vacuum it out.
All right. So we get back to some semblance of order here. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, all.
I loved your song.
Thank you.
That was just perfect.
It
Good
was
morning.
a
Good
quick
morning.
night. A little bit of help on the lyrics. I need a little bit of help.
Oh,
I
you did wonderful.
don't know about celebrating Mulm, but
I thought that was the best part.
yeah, it is kind of appropriate. Isn't
That was the
When's Mom's
best part.
coming?
it?
Yeah, I thought
Excuse me.
it sounded good.
Oh, you didn't hear him say the mom? It was so funny.
No, and I was waiting for it. I'm like, did I miss it?
Where
It was
was it?
good.
When I heard
Kind
it
of
in the
in the
preview,
middle.
it sounded good.
I don't even know where it
Hey,
is.
Father Fish, Chevy just asked, do you only cough when you're in your store, or do you cough no matter where you are? It's kind of a good question.
Oh, it's not the store. No,
Okay.
it's phlegm in my throat, in my larynx. It's a postnasal drip.
But it happens everywhere, not just in the
Yeah.
store.
Well, it kind of. Well, it happens in the morning. It's a matter of
Yeah, I was
clearing
gonna
out my
say.
throat in the morning.
I do the
Just
same
in the
thing.
morning.
Y'all hear me when I try to talk.
So-
I have to
so-
clear my throat.
Yeah. So it's worse in the morning. It's really bad during the day. The
Yeah.
only thing that happens during the day is if I am drinking something and it trickles down my throat, it will almost burn my larynx, and then I get a coughing fit from that. So I think I attribute it to having an 80-year-old larynx.
I get the same thing when I'm drinking water. It's so easy to go down the other tube, and I have to like really be careful.
Yeah, it's not that it goes into my lung. It doesn't.
No.
It
Yeah.
hits the larynx,
Mm-hmm.
which should be closed, and if it's trickling down, it's not closed. So normally when you swallow, you close your larynx and swallow
Mhm.
fast. But if
And I
something
somehow
trickles down,
breathe at the same time as I'm swallowing. I
oh,
don't know
that's
how
it,
I
right?
do it, but I do it often enough, and my kids can attest that I do it a lot too.
Yeah, that makes you just cough uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
So
real
that's
bad if it's not water. If it's something else, then it really hurts.
Anyway.
Patrick said
So-
she's going to come up. Just if we give her a few minutes, she's going to join us.
Oh, that's exciting.
Patrick, oh, wonderful. Let me get the link up again.
And I see another one that needs a wrench too. BJ Palmer's here.
Yes,
And BJ's
BJ,
been with, yep.
he's been here a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get
I
this.
mentioned him before.
BJ Palmer's here. Good morning, Al. Hope everything's going okay with your wife. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Let me get
I
this.
mentioned him before. Most definitely.
No. Where is he? Danny Ken's here.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Palmer. Wonderful. We'll do the song again at the end for anybody who wants to hang around, and I'll try to do it. I don't know how to do this. I don't know if it works. I'll have to get directions from Aquatic Conquest as to how to do 2 channels. Maybe I can get Thomas to help me with that so I can send it to him. I ought to just do it live, actually. All right. What are we doing here? Phew. Rohan just uploaded, notified an interesting piece of wood. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it is neat. Let me show you this. This is cool. Well, I lost it.
Did I email it to you?
No, it was a
Let's see.
notification.
Oh,
Here it is. Let me see. I need to stop it and do it here. No, I think I can do it. Let's see. I've got it there. Should just be a matter of bringing it up. Oh, add to stream. That'll do it. Yeah, there it is. Isn't that pretty?
interesting. It's got like a hole in the middle.
Yeah, the roots have grown together in a kind of a make a
There's a root.
it's a circle.
Okay.
You can see how they came together at the bottom.
Neat.
Lost Mary.
Chevy was
Mercy.
saying you could sleep in an inclined chair.
Yeah, that does help. I don't sleep well that way. Then very
that's not
often I'll sleep for an hour or 2 before I go to bed. All right, let me get back to some semblance of having something together here. Listen, you had written a letter yesterday. Would you like to read that?
I did. I wrote it a couple days ago. I can read that now if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just had some thoughts and was reflecting the other day. I had heard something and then I wrote this down. So I hope you guys like it. I said, I love it. People come into the chat with a question and Father Fish has an answer. Sometimes the question is not clear or there's not enough info. It sounds like something we may have heard before. Nonetheless, all good questions. Oftentimes, a new day comes, and with it, another very familiar question. Maybe just a little different, because we all have unique aquariums. And like people, we are all different, not one alike. It's true with our aquariums too. Not one aquarium is alike. But yet the answer is most likely the same for you as it was for me, and maybe for the next person, hopefully. Why is that? It's not that we don't want you to ask your questions. Not at all. Please do. Keep asking. If we are not asking, we are not learning. But it's just that Father Fish has found an easy system that will work for all. It matters how you set it up. Are you following his example? That's why we are all here, right? To keep things simple, to take out the guesswork, to have a healthy and balanced aquarium that we can leave alone. That's why I am here, and I want to help you too. Thank you.
All right, Cassie.
Very nice.
That was very nice.
Yes. Something else that happens here is there are any number of times when someone will come up with a problem or an issue, a concern, a question, whatever, and somebody else in the chat will have an answer to it. And that's always a perfectly appropriate thing to do. You know, this really is a team effort, and there are a lot of people in this stream who know much more than I'll ever know because they're babies. And I really appreciate that. I mean, and not just the obvious, you know, um, the obvious brains like Alex and Stephen and James and others, but
And Chevy.
all of us experience, and we've all dealt with things. That's that's that. What's remarkable about this hobby is that we're all dealing with it kind of brand new and for the first time. You know, it's a sufficiently complex uh, procedure setting up a tank and maintaining it that we all develop our own approaches to doing all sorts of things. You know, I'm fond of saying here in the shop there are a million details that you need to learn before you can really run the shop, and that's really true. But the reality is, you have to learn them yourself. You know, there's some things I can explain and I can demonstrate, but so much of it, as with each of our hobbies, so much of it is a matter of just confronting a situation and trying to find a solution or doing what you think is best. I have a rule here at the shop. You get to mess up whatever it is you're working on. You get to mess it up one time, and then you better never mess it up again, or you won't be here long. So the
No.
important lesson is not to do things perfectly because none of us can, but to learn from our mistakes and to never make the same mistake twice. And that's a really good life lesson. To never make the same mistake twice. If something doesn't work, then you change it. You figure out what it is that made it not work and what might work, and maybe your second try won't succeed either, but at least you'll fail at something different. You'll fail for different reasons and not the same reasons. You know, it's paying attention to the admonition that doing the same thing over and over again and failing is an act of insanity. And we're not insane people. We're not stupid people. Anybody who keeps a tank is not insane and not stupid. It takes it takes genuine intelligence to really be able to pull it off. We try to make it easy in the beginning, but once you're up and running, you're on your own. And what makes it really wonderful is that by doing the father fish method, you're going to be so happy with that one tank that you're going to want to set up another one,
Yeah.
and then you're on your way. And
I just
before
wanted
long,
to
you're half a
water
dozen. And then there are a dozen tanks, and then there's a fish room, and lo and behold, you've become 10 years down the road a master fish keeper with with uh, with followers and people coming to your home, buying your fish. You've developed a little shoal of your own, and it's become a community. And that's so much what we're about. So much we're about building a community. I was watching the video this morning that Aquatic Conquest put together, And each video clip that I looked at, it triggered something in me about how lovely it was. And the song, which is so enormously appropriate that I really wanted to rewrite it. The history of that song is interesting. It was written in 1968, and it was written as a hymn for all of the men and women coming back from Vietnam, people whose lives have been broken, people who were broken, people who were maimed, a nation that was sick of the death, that was broken, and it was written to focus us on the beauty that is life. And that's what I was seeing looking at each of those little video clips this morning, is the beauty and the joy that each person who sent that clip in is experiencing. You can see it. You can see the joy. You can see the love. You can see oh, shit. You can see the warmth, the affection, the happiness that each of these folks had making those little clips. And it was a way of sharing very personally and very intimately. I was just really touched by that, touched by the music, knowing what the history of it is, and knowing that it comes at this moment at such an opportune time for us to be able to see, in spite of the horror of the darkness that is threatening to engulf us, that there is still light, there is still love, there is still joy, there is still a peace and a beauty that we have, that we as shoalers, as fish keepers have, that is precious to us, that is our solace and our comfort and our deep, deep pleasure. So thank you, Aquatic Conquest, for all that you do for us.
Yes.
You bring us in music and in videos. You bring us each of ourselves to be able to share. And it's such a powerful thing and such a wonderful thing and such an amazing experience that we have here. So thank you.
T-Bone just gave you a super chat, Father Fish, for $5. Thank you, T-Bone.
Oh, very nice. T-Bone. Thank you so
T-Bone.
much, T-Bone. You're a joy.
Rock.
Where'd he go? There he is, right there. Dr. Black. Is Dr. Black here?
He is. He says
He is. I don't know if he just left.
Well, there it is.
no, he just
If you haven't left yet, come tell us good night.
T-Bone,
he said
thank
Jack
you so
Russell
much.
is the jam, Mary.
Huh?
He just said Jack
He said
Russell
what?
armpit jam to you, Mary.
Oh,
Oh, right. Right. They are sweet puppies.
Is
So
he still
there are
here? Look, Dr. Platt, before you leave.
Let me get it up here.
Whoop, I can't get.
Mary's
There's
got
one. Hold on.
puppies under her
There.
chair this morning.
8 of them she has. Glory.
Are you going to find home for those puppies, Mary?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out on me, Cass. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. My internet seems choppy, so I'm sorry.
Kind of wonky.
Yeah, you may not hear me well. Are you going to rehome the puppies?
Yeah, we've got most of them promised out to family. And the thing is, the rest of them will be available like at Christmas time. So I don't think I'll have any problems finding them homes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're going to be right at just about at 6-7 weeks, right at Christmas time. We had one little fella, he's a little runt, and he's got a little bit of a deformity. He's got a tail that's like bent over, like his tail's like
A
this.
big tail. Tom had a
Yep.
big tail. Tom had
Yep.
a knot on his tail that he
Yeah.
I
was
was
born
trying to,
with.
let's see,
My
I'm trying
cat
to find one more.
Natasha has a little bent on the very tip of her tail as well.
Good
This one's
morning,
good, too.
indoor fishing inside. Nice to see you.
It's being more common than we think.
I hope Dr. Black's still watching. Hopefully he's seeing them.
He's here. He says nom nom nom.
Yeah.
You're not eating puppies.
I don't know.
Barely a mouthful, he says.
This one's really cute. This one looks like Mama. Look,
Oh,
wrong way.
They are something.
you got to do the opposite. You want to
Really.
mirror yourself, but you got to do the opposite. It's so hard to get used to.
I know it. I was trying to find the one that has a cute little spot on its chest.
Ooh.
There's so many of them. We thought we had 9, but it turned out it was just where she hadn't had her last afterbirth.
Well, you
And
never
she
know.
finally, yeah,
Oh,
she
you
finally
short
did
one.
Smell of puppies.
that. All right, sorry to keep interrupting. Y'all go back to it.
Oh, that's fun.
But I'm glad to get to share it with all of you guys.
You bet.
Thank you, Mary. We like to see the puppies. It's probably a good thing we can't smell them, though.
No, they're not the problem. It's these right here that stink. These, glad you don't have smell-o-vision.
Gosh.
Oh, really?
Chihuahuas radiate stink.
They do indeed. They do indeed.
They do. They're my little stinkers.
My
Oh.
neighbor had a chihuahua, and every time I would go over there, it would try to come and sit in my lap. And I was like,
I said,
"You're too hot. Get off of me."
yeah, they keep you warm at night. That's for sure. For sure. I said, for sure.
Puppy breath.
Uh-oh. What'd you do, Mama? Okay, be still. All right, I'll turn this off for a second.
Little squeals.
Oh, my. Kaysen has an update on her tank. It appears that on the lips of the guppies there are red lesions and a bit swollen. They keep flashing. All are still active and hungry. I would suggest that his egg, it's only been less than a day or maybe just a day. One more day and another day that flashing should stop. Did you add any salt to the tank, Kason? Do you know? Okay, you were not here yesterday, Cass. We'll see if Mary remembers.
Yeah, we had just told her so far to increase the heat. You had kind of touched on the salt, but wanted
Yeah.
to do the heat first.
Well, the lesions are something that simply requires healing. A half teaspoon per gallon, or a little less, a little under, like a third of a teaspoon per gallon. Not done all at once, done over a period of all day. If you've got a 29 gallon, spread it out. If you spread it out over 8 hours, that would be, oh, excuse me, 29, 4 be 7, be 8, 30, 36, 7, 28, 7, 28, 1 teaspoon an hour. One for a 29 gallon, 1 teaspoon an hour. And frankly, I would only do half of that. I don't like to do a lot. There's no reason to do a lot. You just want to trigger. You want to trigger 2 things. You want to trigger mucus production, slime production, and you want to trigger the metabolism of the fish dropping a little bit. So if you do like a half teaspoon for 5 gallons, that would be 3 teaspoons altogether. That would be better. Do 3 teaspoons, one every couple of hours, just for 6 hours. Don't put more in than that. Once you hit that 3 level, just stop. And then in a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days, do a 25% water change, and then do that every 2 or 3 days for. I see you, Cassie. I see your little snowball
You guys like my snowball? It's
showing
so I
up.
don't have to do the finger anymore.
Yeah, this is new Cassie code for someone has a matter of urgency.
No, not
You
urgent,
need
just something to add.
Yeah.
You
It's
need
not
to
urgent. Don't stop what you're doing.
go. What do you got, Cassie?
Can you see Kaizen has dropped her link to her tank at 8:30? So you can see the tank
Yeah,
that
I
she's
do see
talking
it.
about.
Yep.
And what about 829 Ward Dunlap's comment? Enteric red mouth disease? You ever
Yeah.
heard of that? That goes along with it too.
He's asking what about the vent in the fins? Is it just the mouth? I'm trying to copy the link to chat, but I don't know if it'll copy correctly. Sometimes it gets cut off and doesn't let me. Maybe I have to open it and do it.
Oh, Kenny E is backstage, Father Fish, and you're muted. Father Fish is muted.
I know I am.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Okay. Oh, beautiful guppies, though.
The tank looks good.
Yeah, tank looks nice, doesn't it?
Is this the one that you were having problems with the Anubius?
This is Cason's.
Right.
Yeah, she was on the other days talking about having problems with the smaller Anubius plants.
What she got at the top there? That's nice. Is that um, water lettuce? Looks like.
Looks like you might need to add more plants. It looks a little bit sparse because of all the
Well, I
decor.
think it's because they're small. I frankly don't. Trying to get it.
Yeah, and she says she only sees it on the mouth and lips right now, as far as she can see.
Well, yeah, it's almost almost in. Wait, I keep getting that fish pointing down. There. I'm not getting good resolution there, but I'm also really not seeing anything.
And this could be a clip before they got that.
Well, I
Is it
don't know.
a clip? Like, did they have that red mouth in this clip?
I don't know. Oh,
And you got
Okay.
Kenny, didn't you?
Patrick's
Yes,
is
Kenny.
backstage when you're ready.
Okay. Or is it Hat Trick?
that trick
Oh,
is
that's
right
Kenny.
there.
Okay. Oh, and Kenny
Hello.
also.
Yeah, hi. Let me figure out what's going on here.
I think Kenny's back there too.
Well,
Hello,
no.
Kason.
Yes. Hello, Joey. Patrick,
I'm sorry, Hat-Trick. I
Morning.
said Kason. Hey,
Hello.
Hat-Trick.
how are you?
I'm good.
I still
How are
have
you?
Kason on my mind.
Trying to get this, in the right place.
Oh, we're
Right.
so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Kick your volume up a little, Joey.
Okay.
You're a little quiet.
Is that better?
A little.
No.
You can do a little
Should I
more.
just yell?
Wow. We have an eyeball pirate from Japan with us.
I don't know if I can turn it up anymore.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
We'll just have to listen
I'll
carefully.
just yell.
That's good.
Here's one of my little guys.
Hello. Is that a kitty?
Beautiful.
It's a
Little
Yorkie.
Yorkie.
This is Bogey.
Hi, Bogey.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
They
Oh, how
know
cute.
I'm doing something. So
Look at that.
they're very interested.
Look at
oh
that.
yeah. Aquatic Conquest. Just realized you were. You said too.
But wait a minute. He's watched my videos. The female voice didn't give it away.
Right.
Really?
How are the horses?
Good.
Did you have a great show season?
We only went to one show because the COVID thing just made
Oh,
shows
yeah.
kind of weird. And then we were trying to open a new shop, so we had a new building going up, and there was a lot going on, so we just went to one. But it was a good show.
That's good.
And then we just went down. We had a Shetland pony stud that had been standing stud in Indiana for 2 years, and we went and picked him back up because he'd done his job. And then we went to the horse auction, but we didn't buy anything, so that was actually good. But it's a good trip.
All right. I got to ask about the horses, Father Fish.
That's quite all right.
Well, it's like everybody. We have our own little pet menagerie, right?
That's right.
Really?
Horses, dogs, cats, fish. It's all welcome.
Well, right.
You can't have just one of anything.
No,
I
you got to have a whole herd of them. Now I
Yeah.
say I don't have my herd of horses, but I got my herd of fish.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
I've had 4. I at one point I had 4 horses, which included 2 Assateags that I actually
Yes.
bought at auction. So
Oh,
they're
I'm excited
kind
about
of-
that this year.
they're kind of ponies. So,
Right.
Yep.
but I had 2 big mares.
Nice.
Never had a stallion. Never wanted one.
They're kind of a pain in the butt,
Yeah, well, I didn't have a big corral. I had about, I guess, 2 acres under fence.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I did have a nice fence. It was a big wooden fence.
Oh, you're lucky they didn't chew on it all the time.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't chew on it.
They love to do that. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes. Cribbers.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter. I mix up my granddaughter and my daughter in my mind because they're one and the same person. There's really
I get that.
there's no difference between them at all. I look at my granddaughter and I see my daughter.
Oh,
And
I know that feeling.
It's terrible.
Me too.
You might
I
offend
think people think the same of me and
Yeah.
my daughter.
No, they're not offended. Either one of them.
That's good.
They've learned to be the granddaughters learned to be me too, mommy. She's a mommy, me too.
That gets you a lot.
Right. Anyway, she was riding. We had a little pony for her. She was riding that before she learned to walk.
Yep.
She was like a little over 2. Well, she was walking, I guess. She was
Yeah.
walking.
Well,
But she was pretty little.
I get it. I grew up because they had horses before I was born, so I pretty much
Yeah,
grew up on a
yeah.
horse,
And she is back there now. In fact, brag on my daughter a little bit. She founded a school for autistic children. It's really not a school. It's really a behavioral training center that is an enormously rich environment, aesthetically, culturally, artistically. It's just bountiful environment. And in an effort to increase that, she bought a farm and is outfitting the farm with all manner of farm animals. And the kids get to go there. I think they've got trips to the farm every day, I think, and are able to stay there. I think there are even some overnighters. But it's just kind of amazing. She's satisfying all of her fantasies, and reliving her childhood.
And helping, children.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
that's amazing.
exactly, and being an absolute blessing to any number of families. She has
Absolutely.
60 kids are in the program now. They took over a beautiful old 1800 schoolhouse,
Very nice.
and have refurbished it, remodeled it. Just a really remarkable, just remarkable. And she
Lots
is
of work.
living anyway. The bottom line to all this is that she did that in the very same community where she grew up on the eastern shore of Maryland. So she's gone back home to do this,
Mhm.
which is really kind of remarkable as well.
Yes, gone back to her roots. Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Very nice. I don't know if people are talking to me in the chat. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry. If anybody,
Well,
hello,
that's
everyone.
what we have Mary and Cassie here
Yeah,
for.
but Mary left.
I know. I don't know what happened to her. We lost
Nobody
her.
said anything yet other than
Hi.
hello.
Obviously, I haven't said hi back.
Yeah. We'll give
We know it's hard.
give Hat Trick her hellos. She come across them.
Eyeball Pirate is here. Seems like he's new, and he was asking how long did these streams go. So I was just responding to him, letting them know they go from 8 to 9:30 in the morning. But yesterday we went as long as 10:30.
I guess I wasn't sure what the actual cutoff time was because lots of times it goes to almost 10.
When
Yeah,
Father
we were
Fish feels
doing-
like it.
We were doing 10 for a while. Yesterday we did 10. We kind of cut it back to 9:30. If I start running out of gas
Yeah.
or things get really slow, there's no sense in dragging it on to drag it on. So, we'll cut it off at 9:30 unless things are going crazy. Eyeball Pirate. That is odd, isn't it? Great. 10:30. It's 10:30 at night there. Yeah, we're basically 8 to 9:30. I was trying to get a little later start, but I kept waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, so there wasn't much point to it. I've kind of gotten myself in the habit of doing that now, and that's just where it is.
Well, lots of times I miss the beginning because I stay up really late.
Right.
And then I get up, and but I'm usually up by before 8, but it's just by the time I do all the things I have to do, to get on here.
Yeah.
So, but I get in here usually every day at some point.
Yeah, if I don't get in bed by 10 o'clock, and that's kind of the key. I've been going to bed early. Now, tomorrow night, I'm going to be with Jess and Chubbs doing a stream that starts my time at 10 o'clock, which is the time I'm normally going to bed. So I'm going to stay up on. I committed another hour. If it's still going good and I'm feeling good, I'll do 2 hours. But I might not be here Monday morning before 8:30 or 9.
Well, that's understandable.
Tuesday morning, that is. Yeah. So we'll see.
If you could take a nap, it might help, but sometimes that just doesn't work. Taking a nap, I can't.
Yeah, I can do that in the afternoon, but I don't think it really helps. One thing I do often is I have a recliner that I fall into in the evening and just kind of get online and do a lot of YouTube mostly. And I'll fall asleep. If I'm really tired, I'll fall asleep, and I can sleep for 2 hours and then get up and go to bed.
I'm not good at that.
I don't know what happened to Mary.
I don't know what happened to her.
We lost
Sure,
Mary.
she's in it.
Did she say anything?
No, she's talking to people.
She just crapped out on us.
Maybe she wanted to give Patrick her time in
Well,
the
it's
spotlight.
possible.
Oh, she didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
I think
really.
I think everybody enjoys, having all of you up there.
Right.
Well, we appreciate that. Sometimes we get like, we hope you guys are enjoying us. We just kind of want to go in the background sometimes.
Well, I am, and I lurk a lot, but I enjoy listening in the background. Sometimes I join in a little.
I don't know why. It's my computer, though. Can you drop the link again?
Yeah, right here.
So sorry.
It's quite all right.
My computer screen keeps freezing, and when I try to get back on it, it kicks me off like it did yesterday. So sorry.
All right. See if it'll come back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
So she can't get back up.
I don't know. She's going to try.
Well, yeah, see. Man says, oh, hang on. Okay.
Normally, this dog would just sleep.
Somebody
in
doing
rows
something
and
there.
talking to you.
The magic.
I couldn't
The
over
magic
here.
ball here. Oh, the magic ball. What do you got, Cassie? What do
I thought
you
this
got?
would be nicer than for you guys to look at.
Right.
Petro Man said
I
it
like
took 4
sparkles.
days to get my last pair of live plants from your fish stuff. And I live in the same state. So he's just remarking that shipping is getting worse, I guess, because he's in New Jersey. Where did they go?
Well,
I ordered from them, so he commented.
we shipped some stuff last week that never arrived. So
This is
we're
what
going to
talking
do.
about.
I'm trying to get a staff person in here who is experienced with shipping. Try to get her at least one day a week to come in and handle this shipping, so we can get some better carriers and get it going out in a more timely fashion. So hopefully we can get this straightened out this coming week. We're going to try.
If she's experienced the same thing, because she has a lot of orders as well. I haven't heard anything from her about having issues, but I haven't asked either, so I'll have to see. Because she ships out a lot of shirts. She does embroidery work, but just for like purebred dogs.
Really.
To the dog show. She's into collies. And so she likes to do collies. She has branched out to other breeds that she likes. And she'll get orders and ship them out. So I'll have to ask her.
Well, Dr. Black is here. There he is.
Oh,
How are you, sir?
you must have the best computers. I swear I just click the button and all of a sudden I'm on screen.
He's just
Oh, I'm Johnny on the spot
trigger.
here. There's
Sure are. You got aquarium
He's got a
powered
very good
computers.
flex.
Hey, Dr. Black. How are you?
Hey, I'm well, thanks, Mary Page. How you going? And Cass
great.
and Joey, Hattrick Farm. You know I love your name.
Oh, I'm
I know.
excited that she's
Thank
here.
you. How are you?
I'm excellent, thanks.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello.
Lord.
I'm going to finish your hellos
I'm
before
trying
I
to type.
said hi.
Oh, did you see those, Cassie? The two I sent you?
I think where Dunlap was just like asking Tyson about her
Okay.
fish. So, and then the other
was
one,
about, it's about
oh
fish
yeah,
tank
I
crash.
got it.
Okay, good deal. Sorry, it just, my whole thing froze up. Okay, sorry, I won't interrupt anymore.
Eyeball
back at it.
Pirate is in Japan.
Yeah, I just
Oh, cool.
subscribed.
Isn't that interesting?
Mary's so fast.
I don't know about that.
Uh,
I can't get the chat on my device, so I'm trying to look at it on my phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's
Right.
difficult, isn't it? You got to bounce backwards and
It
forwards
is.
between it.
I just give up if I'm on the phone. I rely on Mary for the chat.
Yeah, I just put out a general hello because there's no way I'm saying hi to everybody. You know,
This is your chance. Hello, everybody.
I'm not that quick.
Where?
Hello.
Oh, there you are, Father Fish.
He's moving
Oh,
everybody
there's-
around. You need to be in the middle, Father Fish.
Moving everybody around.
We've got some more. There's Howard Van Tassel again, and that was one yesterday I
Oh,
was
good.
trying to
Hello,
get a wrench
Howard.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
A couple
he's
more
been on
wrenches.
before.
there he is.
Yep.
Okay.
We could get Eyeball Pirate
All of
and
it.
Howard and another
George Trotter?
George
I think-
Trotter. Good morning.
He's new. Good morning.
Is George new?
I believe so.
This is the first time
Or have
I've
you?
seen him.
For some
Howard
reason, I
Van
think I may have
Tassel.
seen George one other times, but I'm not sure. I believe so.
Name's familiar.
Yeah. George always sticks in my head because of George Farmer. Oh, look
Oh,
at that
mercy.
baby.
This is the other half. This is Bacall. So I have Bogey and Bacall.
Oh,
Where are you located, Joey?
What? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm
Classic.
in Maine.
Maine?
Maine.
Maine.
You know.
Yeah, I know
Really
Maine.
far away.
I lived in I lived in Boston for
Oh,
about
did you? Yeah.
4 or 5 years
Yeah.
while I was in college, and I got over to New Hampshire to like Portsmouth, and then up
Yeah.
into Maine.
Yeah.
I never went very far up. Got up to was it a state or federal park?
Acadia.
Acadia, right?
Yeah. That's
It's about as far north as I went.
that's past me. I'm about well, you know, we like to judge distance in time in Maine. So we're about an hour and a half north of Portsmouth.
Hour and a half north.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
I'm in
Yeah, it's only
Portsmouth,
about
Virginia.
30 miles from Portland.
That's
I
what locals
honeymooned-
do. We judge by time.
honeymooned in Kennebunkport years
Oh,
ago.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're really close to LL Bean, about 15 minutes. Freeport, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
there's Brunswick.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Yeah, like me. I did. I did some free diving while I was in Maine when I was young and very foolish. Well, spear with a spear gun,
wow.
fishing, and I remember coming back to the cottage, which was right there nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't. I was shivering. I couldn't warm up. I got under
No.
a hot shower. Didn't do a bit of good. My core was cold.
Yeah.
I finally drank some orange juice, and that got it back up. I was just.
Yeah.
I had
You
no
must have
energy.
had.
It's not like
You must have had
the water in
hypothermia.
Florida.
Yeah.
And the visibility's not great. I can't imagine that you saw much.
It was, that was 1967 or so.
I hear 67 was a good year for visibility.
It was.
Hey, I
it was
was born in
perfect that year.
1967. How about
Hey.
that?
Hey, I was born in 64.
All right.
Mercy.
So
That had to be a good year.
Spring chickens here.
And they
Oh,
say
yes.
you're not supposed to ask a lady her age, and here they are just throwing it around willy-nilly.
I know.
It's just a number.
Not Cassie. He ain't talking.
Hey,
It's on the
they're in
woman.
Florida.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
nice
I don't
fish
think
This
on.
it's-
thing says, Patrick, my 3 foster cats are headed to Maine tomorrow to be adopted.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Cassie?
Fish Dreams was saying, hey, Patrick, my 3 foster cats are headed to Maine tomorrow to be adopted.
oh, really?
Nice. I bred Maine Coon cats for 24 years. Of course, I
Yes.
lived in Maine,
You guys get better cats up there than we do down here in Florida. I mean, more the look I like. Like you get the long-haired cats, you get the Maine Coon ones, and like the Himalayan ones. Those are the ones I like, and they
Yeah.
cannot be found down here.
I'm
No,
going
but
to take
you
a
can
break
buy
here
one
a
and
minute,
ship it in.
guys. Be back in a minute. Can carry on.
All right,
Okay.
Father Fish.
But Cassie, you can buy one and ship it in. You can have anything shipped.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, for a price. I was just trying to adopt one, and they're not in our like adoption
Oh.
places.
You're not
But,
gonna
like,
find them. Yeah,
You go up north, and like that's all the cats you have.
they have to. You know, they need hair. They have to stay warm. You know.
I guess. Yeah, the long-haired cats here. Like, if there is one, like there'll be one in like 100 maybe, and they get adopted like quickly. You know, like
Oh, I'm sure.
immediately.
Yeah,
You have to be on top of it if you want one.
I bet.
So I got my long-haired. I found the long-haired. It's so funny. His tail is long-haired, but his body is like medium-haired length.
Yeah,
And-
that happens. Yeah.
The lady was like, "Well, if you want him, you have to adopt his brother. They're going as a set."
Hmm.
It's the last two in the litter, and she was like, "You have to take both of them." And I was like, "Okay."
I kind of get it, you know, especially if they're doing an adoption thing, you know.
I
They
get
vet
it.
you.
And they, they're great when they're kittens. It's really nice that they have each other's company.
Right.
But I find that usually if they're doing that, one of the cats is a little more shy and withdrawn and probably needs to be by itself in a household with like no other pets. Because that's what happened with me, my oldest cats.
Yeah. I don't know, because I never just had two when I was breeding them, you know, so I didn't experience that sort of behavior.
Well, if they're both outgoing, it's great. But if one ends up being like reclusive and hiding all the time, that's what happened with my two older ones. I have a boy and a girl. I adopted them as a pair, and the girl is always hiding under the bed. She doesn't like it when I have kids. It made her hide even more. She needs to be with like Father Fish. She needs to have a one. She would be great with you, Father
Is
Fish.
he in the market for another cat?
I haven't decided yet. I talked to my roommate about it. This is a guy who is very gentle and very accepting of everything. Whatever I want to do, sure, not a problem. Whatever you like. I asked him what he thought about another cat, and he said, "Do you want to do that?"
So you're not ready for me to ship you a puppy
Oh,
too?
I was just going to say,
No.
well, I mean,
If Father Fish gets Bree, he can't have a puppy.
Is that the one we've been talking about, Cassie?
I just don't know.
That would be actually a good idea because
My cat, she's 12.
kitty
She's
cat.
a
Mm-hmm.
great cat.
Yeah, Cassie's cat and your puppy. Yeah.
Right.
No,
And then
you
you'll be
can't.
set.
You
Then I'll
can't
get
do that.
evicted.
well,
Seasoned.
these cats you can
Right
leave
word,
alone.
Dunlap. Says he prefer, or they prefer the word seasoned, or I have a little patina on me. That's the way I like to think about it.
What
I
is
love the
I
word
got plenty of
patina.
that. Yeah.
Me too.
seasoned? Yeah, that's good. A patina. I like
Seasoned
patina.
patina.
Yes.
That's a good name for a band. Seasoned
Yes.
patina.
Seasoned patina.
It's
you
all
go.
like it's 50 to 60-year-old people playing
Really?
covers
Right.
from the 70s.
Heck yeah, and it would be rocking. Hey, we
Seasoned
were
patina.
80s kids, so
I
you
like
know it's got to be rocking. The
Yeah.
80s were the greatest.
When you
They were.
hit your mid 70s, you begin to understand what flora means.
And mom.
And they're trying to bring back the 90s now, and I'm like, 80s was better than the 90s.
Yeah.
And they were both better the first time around.
The music was way
Yeah.
better.
BJ says I thought that was rust.
Yeah.
It is a little rust.
Well, listen, it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Some have advanced corrosion.
Right.
Well, you got to create the illusion, right?
That's right. I tell people I'm like 100, and that way they think I look good.
Exactly.
Mm.
Holly's shepherd brought home a kitten.
Oh, the shepherd brought home a kitten
For dinner.
I like the 70s,
for
but 80s
dinner.
was my favorite for music. Sorry.
Patina. Yeah, I like patina.
Does anybody out there know Curtis Blow? Let me know if you know Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow.
Yes.
They're playing
I
Well,
basketball. We'll have that
Yep.
basketball.
Let's see. What am I trying to think of?
I'm going to assume it's some local
can't say the
American
one-
music.
I can't say the one song I know. No, is that Clarence Carter? No, wait a minute. What's the other one?
was like, why, Mary?
Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter. I can't. The one that just sounds bad. I don't want to say it over the.
Howard, do you know Curtis? I know.
That's why we want to hear it.
Yeah, I know. Trying to keep it on a good show here.
Sure. That's all right.
Drew.
I got
I'm
the
like,
I got the button here. I can shut it down anytime.
Hey, I'm
What,
on my best
just because they're
behavior.
talking about music we don't know?
oh my
Suspect
goodness.
gaming.
Yeah, you dropped the bomb on me,
Suspect gaming.
baby. You dropped the bomb on me. That was from Fish Dreams, I think. That was a good song.
Oh, the chat.
Curtis Blow was like the first
Hello, everybody.
rapper in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. That's a dirty song, Alan, too. That's right. I can't say it.
Whoa.
Sorry, I just saw what Chevy Fish said.
What'd you say? I
I
missed
hold my broken reading glasses in my other hand.
it.
Right.
Hey, I've moved to a magnifying glass. I'm out.
Me too.
Everything's out here.
You should see me running around the house looking at Fry. I'm like,
You mean you
Here,
can
do
see
all
them? I had Fry forever and didn't even know it. Now they're like this big. I'm like, whoa.
it's a false sense of security. You can't see anything, so it looks great. You know,
Right.
you're
That's
doing
what kids
great.
are for. You get kids to go look for it. That's what my mom always used to do with me. She's like,
She'll
Cassie,
look up.
come here and thread this needle for me. I'm like, oh, Mom, okay. Why can't you do
I'm
it?
gonna tell you, you're gonna be there someday because I'm starting to reach that point. And I'm like,
I'm getting
it's
there.
strange
I
in
am
my
getting
mother.
there.
Oh, yeah. 53 this year on the 25th. Are y'all ready to have a celebration? We're going to have something.
It starts with you can't see.
Right. At 40 years old, my vision just left. I don't know what happened. Like the day after, it just literally everything just like started crossing.
Yeah.
You know how you used to hold things up here, Mary?
Uh
Now
huh.
you're like out here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're out here. Like,
Move back a little for
your
me
arm
as well.
can't get long enough.
yep.
After a while, you get to the place where you just stop looking altogether.
Right. Just give up. And that's when you get on here and you get two people to come up here and help read your comments to you.
I ruined my
Father
vision when I
Fish
was
is the smartest one of all. But with age comes
my vision when I
wisdom.
was soldering electrical components on all the boards. I was like, I had really good vision then. I think I ruined it doing that.
Abolished Aquatics is complaining about his assassin snails
Yes.
not taking care of the pond snails.
That
and
was the one from
they're
913.
dying off. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the one I just asked about at 913 about did the assassin snail or did this? Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm at 901. You're at
I missed it. But we had one before that. If you want, I can bring that one up as well.
Yeah. Got another one about tanks crashing.
Got a little
But they can only eat so much.
off topic. We had to have our fun this morning.
Sorry, Father Fish.
913. I'm only going up to 904.
Okay.
How are you getting to 913?
913
Wow, is it?
was
I think she means 813, Father.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm.
Oh gosh, 813. I'm sorry. You're right.
Well, that's
It
all
was-
way back at the beginning.
Yeah, that was the two questions I had. One at 813 and one at 817.
Well, now, Word Thumb Up, I think, was just, that was the 813 responding to Kaizen,
About the snails.
the fish. It was about fish, though, I think.
Oh,
I
this was
saw
something
nine.
about
Well,
I didn't
did
see the
did my
one.
snails murder my did my pond snails murder my nerite snails? I think was what that question was at 913. Is that right?
Oh, I
Well
didn't
done,
see
Lap.
that.
well, that could be.
And then at 817, I don't see the name again. I didn't write it down right. It wasn't Ashley, but it was something like Atshay or something. Wondered about fish
Oh,
tank
yeah,
crash
actually.
and
that's one I-
recovery. Yeah.
I'm going to
Any-
quit looking because there ain't no point. I got
You're welcome to look still.
oh.
Can you go back that far now?
That's what I'm wondering. I wrote them down because I didn't think it would be still up there. But wondered about fish tank crash and recovery. Any personal experience you have encountered?
Come again. What is this? Fish? Explain what we're talking about. What
Oh, me?
fish
Just
tank?
ask. Yeah, ask if you've had any experience with fish tank crash and recovery. Any personal experience on that matter?
What a silly question.
I was going to say that.
I hear story time.
No, those are not fun memories at all. God, I got a big gut. Look at that. That's
Oh
terrible.
my gosh,
Look like a beached whale.
you do
Come on,
not.
that takes work to get one that good.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a lot of money tied up in mine.
Massive report. Hello, Rhett. Oh, I said the massive report. It's supposed to be Massey. Sorry.
All right, so
The massive report.
I give up.
my camera's about to crash here, I think.
Oh,
right.
no.
So we're
Okay,
talking
let's-
about crashing tanks. Have I ever crashed a tank? Who? What? Me? Crash a tank? Who?
With the-
What? What?
It's not possible with the father
Hashtag.
fish method, is it?
That's right. Did you follow his instructions? Let's
I wanted
check.
to smash a tank. Does that count?
Yeah.
I stopped crashing tanks when I stopped dirting. When I started dirting tanks, curiously. I'm just trying to think about it.
And abolished.
I don't think I have had a crash since I've been in this shop. That's been 13, 14 years. I've had a lot of fish die, mind you, but not a total. Oh, I did. I take that back. The cichlid tank crashed about a year ago. It's a tank that has way too many fish in it. It's a 200-gallon tank with about 200 fish. And they're all African and Central American cichlids. So they're all kind of aggressive, very dominant, very oxygen intensive fish. That is to say, they're enormously active. The air stone came out of the tank unnoticed, and the pump quit. Apparently late in the afternoon, early evening, and I got when I came in the next morning, about 50 or more of the fish were already dead. And the other fish had maybe 5 minutes to go. So I was able to rescue most of the ones that had not died. But that's probably the most typical thing that causes a tank crash is oxygen deprivation, and it can be caused by a lot of different things. I just got some guppies in from Jesse, and I put them in a tank that I had not had any trouble before, but immediately started having trouble with those guppies. I put them in a system that I've got a lot of other tetras and live bears in, and they all do pretty well. These guys did not do pretty well at all. They just started collapsing virtually immediately. We just lost Dr. Black. Thanks for coming up, Blackie. Appreciate having you. Come on back whenever.
Yeah, it was late for him.
Yeah, so I moved them into another tank and they've recuperated. But what I noticed is they, when I put them in the other tank, they went immediately to water flow. I had a jet of water coming into the tank with my top off system, and I had a lot of variation in there, and they immediately went to that. I talked to Jess later about it, and her fish do the same thing. Of course, they're all the same fish. So here we have a situation where two different the two different systems are located 500 miles or so apart, but the reality is we're both on exactly the same strata with exactly the same water. So the difference was not the water, the difference was not the environment. The difference was the level of dissolved oxygen. Once I got them into a tank that had a great deal more dissolved oxygen, then they snapped right out of it, and they came back, and they're now okay. I never really paid that much attention to that issue before, but I've taken steps now to remedy it in the other tank. So my theory, my working theory, is that Jess has a much more highly oxygenated system, or has at least a highly oxygenated system, such that when I put these fish in a system that had a lower level of dissolved oxygen, they didn't do nearly as well. It's a curious thing because I've really never given that any serious consideration. I've always thought, well, O2 is O2. It's going to take in what it needs. It'll have what it has. But that's not true. And I've got this as evidence that it's not true. So, we'll do some more experimenting with that. But it seems to me, now I've had tanks, lots of fish in tanks with no air movement, no air going on, no water movement at all, and they do just fine. These were a large number of fish in a fairly small area, so there was that condition as well. They were stressed up by virtue, even though they were in a circulating system, the water circulating very slowly did not recharge the water nearly to the level that they needed. So too many fish in too small an area. That's a long story, but it kind of goes with that whole issue of how to crash a tank in 3 easy steps. And the first one is to not have enough O2 going in. Or too many fish.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Corey did a video on his channel one time where he was like measuring the amount of O2 in each of his tanks that he had like sponges in, and I can't remember what he had, but he mostly did sponges. He had gone around with his like meter that you can measure the oxygen in like a pond. So I thought that was
I never knew such a meter existed.
Yeah, but it's meant for like retention ponds, I think. So it goes. It's got a really long cord, but it's expensive. he had gotten one and did a video, and he was going through his fish room and testing all the oxygen levels in all of his tanks.
I've had some experiences with what Father Fish has been talking about with the oxygen level. I don't measure anything, but I breed a lot of single-tailed goldfish, and I can tell you for sure, if you have high water flow and a lot of air bubbles or whatever going in your tank, they're very active. If you don't have a lot of oxygen in your tank, they'll kind of settle down. They swim around, but there's a big difference in the fish.
Yeah.
And I had a tank 3 or 4 months ago of African cichlids, and I had thrown a couple, like 3 convict cichlids in there because they were making me mad in another tank. So I threw them in with the Africans, and of course everybody was getting along, but I had a heater malfunction. Tank went up to 105 degrees, and
Wow.
all the Africans died because you could see that they were gasping for air. And I had fed them about 4 o'clock, and everything was fine. I went back in to feed them at midnight. I walked into the dining room, and I could see everything in the tank was dead. But the convicts lived.
Yeah, right.
So I pulled all the Africans out. I pulled out a couple buckets of water, threw in literally 2 buckets of cold water, and unplugged the heater and walked away. And then the next morning I got up and went in and looked in, and there were about 200 convict fry swimming around the tank just loving life at 70 degrees.
Right. Yeah, convicts, their native environment is hell.
They didn't mind it. They literally, I took them down, 35 degrees, it was like, didn't matter. And the fry lived through it. It was crazy, but it was definitely
You
the oxygen
can't kill
level.
them.
Yeah.
Can't kill them. Had somebody come in yesterday. They were so excited. They had a bag full of half-inch convict cichlids. And they had paid $5 a piece for their convicts, the original pair. So they had 50 fish in the bag. And they said they only wanted $150 for them. So I said, well, that's kind of a pricey fish food, but I'll give you 5. Because I've got some hungry cichlids over there that would love to have them. They were really upset.
As I say, I'm sure they were appalled. Yes.
They really were. Well, I was teasing them, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's happened. It happens countless times. It's just routine. What I try to do then is I try to encourage some people and say, wow, you've been really successful getting baby fish to grow and thrive. Let's try you on a more difficult fish. See how you do. My next fish in that order is angels. Because angels are another pretty easy fish to breed. It's one that a novice can do pretty well with. So I try to get them moving along to try other kinds of fish.
And those you can at least sell.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You get them up to an inch or so, and they're marketable.
Yeah.
Cassie is shaking her little ball around. What do you have there, Cassie? What do you want to tell us? You're muted.
I'm sorry, my kids were getting loud. I didn't want you to hear the kiddos. The 905 Abolished Aquatics said, I think there may just be too much natural food in the aquarium because I don't feed it really, Father Fish, but still don't get why I lost 2 so far.
What, the snails? Still back on those snails.
Well, shoot, I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was an incomplete question.
It was about fish. Okay, it was about fish.
That's
It was at
same.
9:05 from Abolished. Let's see here.
I'm back to
I always say,
Dr.
let's see. I've
Black
got to
saying
quit
he's got to
saying
go to
that.
sleep.
Do you want to research that a little
Oh,
more,
it must
Mary?
have
And we
just
can move
kicked
on
off of there.
to Alex.
Yeah, it was about, I think they had set up their aquarium the same way, the father fish way. They had a few fish that they weren't feeding, and they had a couple to die, is what they didn't know what was going on. I think, now I may be completely wrong about that, but that's what I feel like it said. It was from Abolished. And then Alex
Yeah,
just,
I saw that.
Alex
I'm
asked a
just
great
looking at
question
that.
at 9:17 too. Okay.
I did.
Did you catch his stream
Yeah,
yesterday?
I
It was
saw he
really
had
good.
one up.
Okay. Yeah. He had some really cool, some of the first aquarium magazines from like 1974, and he was kind of going, or 1964,
Yeah,
and going through them. Yeah,
I
it was
never
really
got
cool.
any articles in that.
Okay.
I remember when it came out though, saying algae green water can kill fish. The theory was that at night, when the plants are not able to do, um, um, when they're not able to produce oxygen, then they use oxygen and produce CO2. So it was more on the level of a theory than a fact. I've experimented with it, having very deep green, soupy PEA water, pea soup water, with fish in it. Never had one die, living in green pea soup. So I kind of take. I remember when all that came out, when that was the kind of the popular wisdom. A lot of things, and that's a good example of it, I think, of somebody using uh, extrapolating from a theory to a principle. The theory being that plants, what's the word I'm trying to think of? As, as it's the opposite of asphyxiation. It means to breathe. What is the word? My brain's not working.
The word for breathing, the opposite?
Say that again.
Resuscitation?
No, asphyxiation.
Resuscitation? No.
No, it's a word like
Resuddot.
asphyxiation. I don't know. Anyway,
Asphyxiation?
they produce oxygen in the sunlight and CO2 in the dark. Therefore, it must be true.
Respiration.
Respiration. That must be it. Respiration, I guess. Therefore, it must be true. It simply follows that plant thick with single-celled algae will create an oxygen-deprived environment in the dark. My experience is it's not true. My hunch is that while they may, in fact, use a certain amount of O2 at night, it's not nearly to the extent that they produce it during the day. So I don't know. I don't have a good theoretical background for that one. I've got some practical experience that that calls bunk on it. Gassing and transpiration, that's the word I wanted. Alex is saying when you have CO2 running, it's easily mitigated, right? I think it's self-mitigating, frankly.
Oh, you said now we know it is, so.
Yeah, right. Well, right. And I think that's fair too. A lot of this science, a lot of this theoretical science has been tested and more has been learned about it since it became an issue. You know, never underestimate the power of the aquarium hobby to change science. It does routinely because it's all about learning to maintain life in very controlled environments. And that's the nature of any scientific endeavor.
Yeah, I've heard like turn your air. I leave mine running 24/7, and I don't plan on putting it on a timer. You think that's okay, Father Fish? Or
What, leaving your AC on? Yeah, I do it too.
the air stone, like the air bubblers, just letting them run 24/7?
Well, I never saw the sense of turning them off.
Yeah, that's what mine are.
I feel like I'm going to hurt something in the tank by turning it off. So I just leave it running.
Right.
Everything fish just came in.
Plants are adding
quite
what,
a consequences.
extra oxygen at night.
Yeah, I think it's a non-issue. All right. You got me back on the chat now.
Mary's
All
trying to
right,
point out.
we're-
I was just like,
And it's 9:30, Father Fish. Are you okay, or do you need a break or anything?
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know.
From
maybe
our
I should
end,
drop
They're
down and
after
let you
me.
guys do your thing.
My kids were after me last night. They were like, I rounded up to 9 o'clock. I was like, guys, it's 9 o'clock. It's time for bed. And it was like 8:42. And they were like, we thought 9 o'clock. We thought it was after 9. You said it was 9 o'clock. I'm like, I round to the nearest quarter. And if the quarter is 20 minutes, so be it. I still round up to 9. Trying to teach them how to round.
It's funny.
All right. Yeah, let's knock it off here. We're kind of running out of steam. Do you want to hear the SHOAL song again?
Yeah.
Are you singing again?
Yeah, I think I can do it. We'll try to get the music up here.
do we want to try? Well, okay.
What are you thinking, Mary?
There was just one more at 9:17.
Go ahead.
Let's see. It might not be. Let's see here. I keep saying let's see. I've been trying not to say that. Let's see. If I can find it. There it is. No. Well, where did it go? It was from. I think I lost it.
Did you?
No, it was probably just, I think it was Alex's question, but I thought I saw one from Eyeball Pirate. Oh, 9:24. That's what it was.
You got it?
Yes. It is. I said I have it. Well, my goodness, how many people? Okay. At 9:20. Okay. Oh, it was about breeding pea puffers. Have any advice to give?
No. Is it Mark? Mark's Aquatics has a pretty good video on breeding pea puffers. He at least shows a way to set the tank up. I don't know that he actually accomplishes a spawn.
Blake would be a good. Well, no, I don't think Blake's had any luck yet either, but he's been trying to breed pea puffers.
Yeah. I've been trying to breed it. A lot of people try. I've not seen anyone pull it off yet.
Did
But
you read I comment, Mary?
Which one?
Some comments. The Eyeball Pirate had a comment on the pea puffers.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking. I think that's the one
Is
we're
that one
talking
you
about
read?
now. Yeah. I just wanted to catch it before we ended the stream because I think we got all the questions now. And we need 7 more likes, y'all. Please hit that like button. Got to go for our 50 likes a day. And it leaves you 1 minute to shut it down.
Let's see. Well, it's Joey. Thank you for coming up and
Yes.
spending time with us.
Thank you for having me up. It was
And Dr.
fun.
Black, thank y'all.
It's been great fun having you. All right,
Yep,
I
thank
wrote a
you.
little. Aquatic Conquest has put musical background to the new set of videos for the month, and he's used the song I sang a couple of days ago. It's a Wonderful World. It's a really important song that was written specifically um, for uh, for the nation uh, at the end of the Vietnam War, where there was so much brokenness and bitterness and angry and whatnot. And I I think it pertains in a very special and a very precious way. Today, I have written some lyrics that are shoal lyrics, and I'd like to sing them to you while we go off with this music in the background. So, bye bye, everybody. Nice to have you with us. We'll bid our adieus again once this little song's finished. But let me do this. Let me do this for you. Let's see. We got it up. Here we go.
What a wonderful show.
I loved it. It was great.
Bye bye, everybody. Love you
That
all.
was wonderful.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Love you,
Love
you.
Father Fish. Love you all.
Thank you. It was
Thank
fun.
you, Joey. Mhm. And Cassie.
Thanks, Joey.
And everybody.
Fish, bye,
And Father
Cassie,
Fish.
bye, Mary.
Bye bye, all. Love you all.
And anybody that was in the service.
See you in the morning. Tomorrow night with
Not me.
Let's dance out.
Jobs.
Oh, look at Alex.
Aren't they gorgeous? Thank you again, Joey. Nice
Yes.
to have
One
you
last
with us.
time.
Thank you.
Here
I
you
had
go,
fun.
Thanks, Chevy. Thanks, Lori.
Since
Madrua, everybody.
life is short, eat dessert first.
I do.
We are the world. We are the Fish Show. Right on, Alex.
We are the
Bye,
world.
Tisha. Fish Streams.
Amen. Amen.
Kashba. or Cat Stub. I can't say your name, but have a great day, Howard.
Jason.
You're fishy. Yeah, we didn't say hello, so I'm
Say your name right.
Aquatic Conquest. Thank you for all your hard work, BJ.
Yes, indeed.
Fish Dreams. Al
Yes,
Wet Socks. Prayers for you and your wife. Chalupa. Lori. Eyeball Pirate. And Michael Long.
Say
Bye,
Alan.
Love you all.
We'll have to do a duet, Foxy. How's that?
I might go for that. If somebody sings with me, I'll sing.
Yeah, we need to get yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? We'll have to
I
do
can
that.
sing bluegrass, Mary.
There you go. I can too.
Okay, we're good.
And I might could sing that with Father Fish. I might could do that one.
That's the next best thing to blues. I can do that.
Heck yeah.
I can sing a we're playing basketball song. I practiced that a lot.
There you go. Well, we better get ready. We're going to be caroling here just in a few.
That's right. Coming up.
I love this Aquatic Conquest. It's nice. Oh, I love that fish.
Absolutely is, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, Danikin, that is so beautiful.
Anakin had some nice plants in his aquarium, and I was wondering what they were because he wasn't identifying them.
Yeah. A jamboree, right, Holly?
Yeah, it looks like my tank. T-Bone. Look at that.
Just the coolest barb tank.
Lots
You got some long fin barbs, didn't you, Father Fish?
I did.
Those are gorgeous.
And they're big.
Oh, they're neat.
Thomas goes, those are some weird looking barbs. I'm like, I think they're longfin.
And some kind of, no, that was redfish, bluefish had something tetras like that.
Yeah, longfin tetras.
Yeah.
That was amazing too.
Petro Man, you have a good week. We'll miss you till next Sunday.
Yep. Bye, Petro Man.
And check out that channel, Petro Man.
Do you use salt water too, Petro Man?
Love you all.
Love you too, Father Fish. Let's go.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day. Love you.